Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to a brand new video. Today we are filming another book haul. A giant book haul to show you apparently. I mean, I thought I had barely any books, but I'm a big fat liar who is currently being swamped by books. Can they stop falling on me? Oh my god. I'm so stressed right now. Let's just dive straight into random books. I have two Abby Jimenez novels. We have Part of Your World and Yours Truly. I have read Part of Your World as part of a vlog recently. 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. So now I'm really glad that I bought the two. This one I have not read yet, but we follow Bree from the first book. If you do not know what this story is about, let me recommend it to you. Follow Alexis and Daniel, and Alexis works in the city in the hospital, and Daniel kind of lives in this small town. He's a carpenter and an Airbnb owner, so obviously they're very different people. One's rich, one's barely getting by. They have a one-night stand one night after he tows her out of a ditch that she's stuck in. They cannot defy the gravitational pull to one another, and they go on this like long distance-ish romance that spans the entire book. It is something different to every other romance book I've read. I absolutely love this my whole being. It's amazing, and I'm so excited to continue on with Abby Jimenez's writing in Bree's story. I cannot wait. So no regrets on these ones. 100% recommend. Then I got a copy of Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I read this on audio a few months ago now, you know, when it first came out and everyone was kind of freaking out about it. And so I really fancied having a copy because I pre-ordered the second one and then I was like, I haven't even bought a copy of the first. So I picked up a copy and it just made me realise how thick this book is. If you've been living under a rock, you might not know what this is, but I don't know if there'll be anyone watching this that doesn't know what this book is. Fourth Wing is a dragon rider fantasy. You follow Violet, who was meant to be a scribe her whole life before her mother forces her to enter it's basically like Divergent, where you pick a quadrant. She wants to pick the scribe quadrant, and her mum forces her to pick the dragon rider quadrant. She's like, everybody dies, and I have not been training my whole life for this. I want to read books. It's me. And yet she is forced to go and try not to die. And when she is there, she meets a delicious man whose name I can't remember. Ah yes, Zayden. She meets Zayden, who is basically meant to be her sworn enemy, but they kind of like each other instead. It is a very, very good romance. A very, very good fantasy. I gave this 5 stars, just like everyone else on planet Earth. I think it's worth the hype and I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm glad to have my own copy because I definitely want to highlight this, especially because so many bits were funny and I feel like I didn't get the full impact on audio, so I am really excited to reread this one. Brutal games, grumpy dragons, sizzling sexual tension. Couldn't be better. The dragons in this are amazing. Then I picked up The Plus One by Maisie Eddings. I don't know what this is about other than I'm assuming a plus one at a wedding, but I read A Brush with Love by Maisie Eddings, I think last Christmas time, and really, really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 5 stars. Not that I've read it since, so I actually think it was 2021 I read it, November of 2021, it might have been. And I really, really enjoyed it. So when I saw that Maisie Eddings had a new book, I picked it up, even though I don't know anything about it. Indira has everything together, an amazing job, a boyfriend and a car. What more could a late 20-something want? While not walking in on her boyfriend with another woman, for one thing. No, I can't imagine that's great. Okay, so her and her childhood enemy. A fake date. Ah! Yeah. Enemies to lovers and fake dating. Yeah. So I'll need to put this one higher up on the TBR because I didn't know what it's about and now I do. I'm kind of obsessed. So yeah, I want to pick that one up soon. I also picked up, let's try and get a grip on all of these, a whole series. Don't ask me why. But everybody's been talking about this, and that is the Chestnut Springs series by Elsie Silver. I think that's the name of it. So I got the first 3. So I got Flawless, Heartless and Powerless. I believe this is like a companion series, and they all follow different couples, but I'm kind of excited because I think they're cowboy romances and I love cowboys, yeehaw and all that. That is all I know. Keep my hands off his daughter and now I'm stuck with her and there's only one bed trope. Brilliant. Working as a nanny for the grumpiest single dad should have been simple, but I can't keep my eyes off him and he can't keep his hands off me. Nice. And then we have 2 childhood best friends, 2 broken hearts, 1 impromptu road trip to get away from everything. The reason I haven't read this yet is simple. I'm going to read these 3, and if I can get my hands on Reckless, that one too, for a vlog. So I'm trying to resist all temptation to read these before I can make time to read those vlogs. I have so many vlog ideas in my head right now and not enough time to film them all. I haven't stopped filming vlogs for like the past month and a half. So hopefully these ones will be coming up very soon, especially because they kind of give me autumn vibes. Even though I don't know what season they're set in, so I could be a big fat liar. As we were just talking about a whole series, I may as well talk about another one. We have the Broke and Beautiful series by Tessa Bailey, which includes Chase Me, Need Me, and Make Me. These were they're a risky pick because Tessa Bailey is really, really hit or miss. I really loved the It Happened One Summer duology, and I didn't absolutely hate, but I did not like the Fix Her Up series, whichever 3 books were in that. And I did not like My Killer Vacation. So it's all a bit risky when you buy a whole Tessa Bailey series, but these looked short and fun, and I thought again that these would be really good for reading a whole series in one vlog video. So that's what my plans are for these. So I picked them up nonetheless. I really hope I like them because I don't want to have a vlog where I just hate all the books. But yeah, that's my plan to pick these up pretty soon. They live in New York, they all share apartments, and it's about the romance of each of the roommates. That sounds fun. I could get on board with that. It's usually Tessa Bailey's writing that I don't love. I find some of the men to be very icky, so hopefully that won't be the case with that one. Next, I picked up Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies by Anna Huang. I have Twisted Love and Twisted Games, so I really wanted to pick up these 2 because I've read... Oh, okay, I'll throw the book, why not? I have read those first 2 and I enjoyed them. I think one was a 4 and one was a 3.5 star. And so I knew I wanted to finish the trilogy, so I picked them up because why not? These are so big, especially this one. Why is that so large? 550-page romance. I don't know about that one. But yeah, I just thought while I was book shopping and looking for things to fill up my shelves, because I have empty shelves now, I wanted to pick these up to complete the set. So I'm glad I did. Again, I don't really know what these 2 are about, other than the fact that I know they follow 2 of the friend group, obviously. Next, I picked up Last Violent Call by Chloe Gong. You might have seen in a vlog I read Foul Lady Fortune and adored it. So I picked this up because I was absolutely desperate to read it. I think it's 2 different novellas bound up into one, I think. And I believe it ties the These Violent Delights series with the Foul Lady Fortune series. And I am so invested in Rosalind Lang's and Orion's story. Rosalind and Orion had so much tension for me. I don't know if they'll both be in this book or not, but I'm just so invested in this world, and with the sequel coming out this month, I want to say, I need this to be my next read because it's beautiful and I'm excited to continue with this read of the series. Another entire series that I bought for another entire series reading vlog. I know, I told you I have so many reading vlogs I want to make at the moment. That is the If Love series by Anna Huang. I've picked up a lot of Anna Huang books recently. This is the If Love series. They have the most beautiful covers. We have If We Ever Meet Again, If the Sun Never Sets, If Love Had a Price, and If We Were Perfect. Each of these has a tagline on the back that super intrigues me. We have 1 year, 2 opposites, and a love that will blindside and ultimately shatter them. 5 years ago he broke her heart, now he'll do anything to win her back. Every heart has a price. Okay. But then there's this one, and it's 2 exes, 1 house, what could go wrong? And that just sounds like it's going to be full of arguing and tension and anger, forced proximity. I'm just so excited for this one. I am excited to read these, hopefully in a vlog coming soon. But again, you've seen how many books I now have bought for these vlogs, so who knows how long this will take. We may as well carry on with Anna Huang because I do have another book from her, and that is King of Wrath. This is the first book in the Kings of Sin series. I know the second book's out, and I believe the third book is releasing either this month or in October. So I just really wanted to get us like move on with the series and start it, hopefully. Although I do plan on finishing off the Twisted series first. Next up we have another Chloe Gong book, and that is Immortal Longings. This is the Waterstones exclusive edition and it is signed, but I really want to get my hands on the original and the Fairy Loot because I don't like what they did with the colour of the yellow on this one. I really like the original green, but I also really like the Fairy Loot blue and the sprayed edges. So I need to read this book first before I allow myself to purchase 3 different copies of it. But if I love this one, I'm going to go on a hunt for the original, because I'm sorry, but the colours are just so beautiful on that original cover, because these are the same colours, that it's kind of disappointing that they changed them. Also, yellow is my least favourite colour, so as you can imagine, I'm not a big fan of this, but it is the only one they had in stock in my local Waterstones. They didn't have the original, and plus it's nice to have a signed copy. I believe this is her first adult novel series. I have not read what it is about. It's inspired by Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. That sounds fun. You'd think I wouldn't purchase a book without knowing what it's about, but after I read Foul Lady Fortune, that's a big fat lie. I bought this just before I read Foul Lady Fortune. But we'll pretend I didn't. After I read Foul Lady Fortune, I just had to have this one. Shh. Next we have Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. This is the sequel to Things We Never Got Over, which again I have not read. And I know that the sequel to this has just come out today. Now I was going to buy that and then read those 3 as a reading series in one vlog, but I'm sorry, these are so thick, there's just zero way that's happening. But I hear that these are really good small town romances, and I am a sucker at the moment for a small town romance. And yes, I could have read the first book first, but no, that wouldn't be in my nature. Again, another sequel I picked up without reading the second book is Final Offer by Lauren Asher. This is the final installment in the Dreamland Billionaires series. I did read the first one, the fine print, but I've had the second one, Terms and Conditions, on my TBR since last March. So why did I pick this up? I don't know, but I do plan on reading Terms and Conditions in my sequel vlog this week, so at least I'll be one step closer to this book. Again, a 550-page romance. Ugh. Although having this one has definitely inspired me to pick up Terms and Conditions, because this is the one I'm most excited for, because it follows Callahan, who is the brother that I've wanted to read about the most since the first book. I didn't love the first book. I gave it a 3.5 because I think my problem with it was it just a bit long, which I know that this is longer, so that's a bit worrying. But I think hopefully that this book will give me everything I want, because this brother was so much more fun in the first book than the other 2. And so yeah, I just need to get through Terms and Conditions first to pick up this one. But I couldn't resist. I needed it. So I have it. Next, I picked up The Witches of Vardo by Anya Bergman. Not one I've actually heard anything about, so I don't know if this is good or not, but I did look up Goodreads and it seemed to have decent ratings. The reason I picked this up was because obviously we have autumn coming up, and this sounds like it could be a really good witch story set in 1662. And I realised I didn't really have any witchy books on my shelves for this autumn time, and I always have to have a witch book on my autumn TBR. It just makes sense. So that is the reason I picked this up. I have no regrets. It was like £6 in Sainsbury's as well, which was wild. So I'm glad I did. Next, I picked up Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. I mainly picked this up because it was in the works in the 3 for £6 deal. I own the first one on my Kindle, and even though I read the cheat sheet and wasn't obsessed with it, the Kindle copy of this book was going to cost me more than it would to buy this in the works anyway. I decided I would pick this up physically, and even though I own the first one on the Kindle, they are like, other than the fact that they are interconnected via sisters, you could probably read them as standalones, so I don't mind having one on my shelf. And if I love When in Rome, I'll pick up a physical copy anyway. It's so cute. I absolutely love the cover and I love the spine. Like, no regrets on this one, to be honest. I just hope that I love this story, despite the fact that the cheat sheet felt really young to read. And obviously this is by the same author, so it could feel quite young to read, but we will find out. Exactly the same situation. We have Once More with Feeling by Elisa Sussman. I have Funny You Should Ask on my Kindle and haven't read it yet, but when I saw this for £2.50 and the 3 for 6 deal, I mean, I had no choice but to pick it up. Again, it was probably cheaper than the Kindle option would be. The only thing is, I don't know if this is going to be my favourite thing because it's following a pop star who, I don't love famous people, and I certainly don't love singers in my romances. Famous people annoy the hell out of me and they have trivial issues. So to read about one in a romance is never fun, but so many people loved Funny You Should Ask, which again is about a celebrity, that I kind of felt like this author probably has something special. I have the first book on my Kindle and I thought for the price I would just pick this up and give it a try, although I've not really heard much about this sequel, especially considering how popular the first book was. You think this would be everywhere, and maybe it is, but it's not everywhere on my timelines. So I'm really intrigued to read more about this one and see what the heck is going on. Next, I picked up Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. This is the first in the Bewitched series. I believe this is a new adult series following a girl who gets accepted or enrolled into an academy for young witches, which I'm really, really excited about. I have read a Laura Thalassa book before. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was following a guy. Following a guy and a girl. I'm gonna remember this when editing and be annoyed at myself. But I did not like this book at all, that book at all. So I wouldn't normally pick this up, but this was in my charity shop for £1, which is wild because it's in amazing condition. It's a floppy paperback. And I thought, at the risk of reading this on Kindle Unlimited or something and loving it, I would really just rather pay £1 and have the copy on my shelves just in case. I didn't have a problem with the writing in the other one. My problem was with the characters, which leads me to believe that I could love this considering it's a different world, different characters, completely different series. So yeah, I'm excited about picking this one up and I think it was a really great find. Next we have Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley. I felt like this would be a really great romance for the autumn time because it's about witches and the cover just has like those little flowers on it and that just feels autumnal to me, you know, and the demon, it feels like a romance I could read in autumn. I didn't realise quite how small the writing was in here. Wow. Also, I've seen some very dirty words just through that skip through. I didn't realise this was going to be that kind of book, my goodness. Have I heard many people talking about this? I don't think so, now that I think about it. But the title just draws you in, doesn't it? Like, okay, yeah, you've got me, I'm ensnared, I'll read it. I love the colour of the book. I just think it sounds really, really sweet and I think it'll be a really nice one to read in autumn because I still want to be able to read romances in autumn, but my traditional romance just feels really summery to me, so it's nice to have one that doesn't feel that way. Finally, we have The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels by India Holton. I picked this up because it said Bridgerton meets Peaky Blinders. No, I haven't watched Peaky Blinders, but I have seen enough TikTok clips to get the gist. And Bridgerton I absolutely love, so I like the idea of mixing those two. Jade messaged me and said that this is a really good palette cleanser for between fantasies, which really excites me, or between like heavy reads. So I am really, really excited about this. I love that it has a table of significant characters that is quite long, which leads me to believe this is going to be quite hard to follow, but who knows. I'm just excited for a hopefully easy, fun read that, as Jade said, will cleanse my palate between heavier reads. Because sometimes that is exactly what you need, and sometimes those can be the best and most enjoyable books. So this one is high on the list. So those are all the books that I've hauled lately. Do I have problems? Yes, I do. But I'm really excited about all those books. Like, I feel like I bought all of them with something in mind to do something with them or to read them almost immediately, bar a few. But I'm really, really excited about pretty much all of these books. Like, I feel like this is one of my most exciting hauls for me personally. Let me know if there's any of the vlogs I mentioned you want me to do first or prioritize, or if there's any of the books I didn't mention having vlogs on you would like to see featured in a vlog, just let me know. And yeah, I shall see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.